Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midnight Ride with Camp Patton Family Compound and Camp Family Compound with Brayman Prepping. I've been making videos for both of them, so I'm getting a little screwed up here. I got Mark here with me. He's going to ride me hard tonight. Oh man, it's been an interesting day here. Grandkids coming over. I couldn't sleep last night. I kept getting woken up. And grandkids come over every time I go, oh, I need to take a quick nap. Start going in there, just starting to lay down on the bed, and all of a sudden, ding dong, back door's ringing. I go over there, and it's either Danny or Oliver or Eli.
So call your daughter up and say, hey, I'm taking a nap for 2 hours. Keep the kids over there.
I did that. I texted her. She said, okay. Guess what? Her idiot husband sent two of them over. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. I was going to get ready to bring up the new stuff. I got an email from Emergency Essentials. Is your water as safe as you think? The answer may surprise you. Yeah, I'm on well water. I know what's in the water. They give out the test, the results of the test every year, and it doesn't change much. So get rid of that one, and interesting one. Okay, this one just came in. Headlines from Martinez Patch: 2 men, one shot by police, charged in credit union robbery. Reminds me of a reel I saw from Texas yesterday. Guy went into a convenience store with a gun. 4 patrons shot him dead.
That's an older one, but yeah, that's been around for a while.
Yeah, it just showed. The reel just showed up of it, and it was like, "Ooh, damn! I'm surprised they didn't take this down." Yeah, I mean they're there, and then it freezes on the final one. And there's the 4 guys out there. There's red circles around all their guns. That is definitely a FAFO event.
Yeah. That's like trying to rob a gun store. Right.
Yeah.
Never works out well.
The gun store up here, Gear, and I forgot the name of it. Anyways, where I go and do stuff, and they got the indoor range and stuff. Every employee, including the secretaries and back, are packing.
Oh yeah.
You cannot you can't carry a rifle in. You got to bring it in a case. You can't carry a pistol in. You got to carry it in a case. Exceptions are law enforcement.
Right.
All righty. Let's get to the actual news here. Patch. There it is. How many I got here today? I got 9. Well, I just had one I just did up here. Oh, stupidity of California. Everyone, stupidity. Actually, hang on a minute. Let me go back and say hello to everybody. I forgot to say hello to everybody. All right. Walt Rogers first, Troop 1351, Phelan Klein Wolf, then Mark, then Shady Hill Homestead, then Lewis, and he posted he's been a member for 13 months here. Then his evil twin came in, Magic Acres. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Aiden Ear. Rebel Canners, Suzanne Gallet, and I guess you only one reporting ads was you on your mobile.
Yeah, it's on my phone here. I'm watching that because I can see the comments there and see what's going on here on StreamYard.
Everyone else said no ads. Wow. Caitlin Strain is here.
They'll pop up in the middle.
Yeah, Laura Mannion's here. Shadow Scout Sweet is here. Diana 2 is here. Ferocious is here. Cold War Prepper's here. Hey Lee. And all right, we got up to it. All righty. Okay, so I wonder. I just noticed over the last 3 days. Oh, I know. I'm getting into the last 10 days of the month, and YouTube always suppresses revenue because I was doing really good. All I did push it down. So anybody want to join the channel? Now's the time to do it, just to kind of flip off a finger at YouTube. All right. So California has their heads so far up their tooties, and there is a bill proposed to change this the California's official symbol from the brown bear to Bigfoot. And if California isn't where most of the Bigfoot sightings are, that's up in Oregon. That is the most stupidest thing I have ever heard. Oh, we're going to change it to a believed to be creature that no one has actually caught a real photo of, and nobody has caught any real sign of. So yeah. So they're going to change it to so they have a fictitious symbol to go with a fictitious type government, because it is not the United States is not a democracy, and California is not a democracy. California is the Republic of California, not the democracy of California. Although it's being changed right now to the Socialist Republic of California. Oh, ads! Finally getting ads! Woo!
I'm getting 2 more ads. I got
All right.
Harbor Freight and Zoom.
Yeah. All righty. All right. Let's see. DHL is changing inbound customer shipment rules. And when I read it, it's they're screwing over the average Joe customers, not the business customers. Because what they're doing, let's get in here. And this was sent to me by Kaylin Strain. And this was on AOL News. DHL to suspend global shipments over $800 to U.S. customers starting April 21st. Of course, this came out on the 20th. So basically, if you're just like you or me and you order something that's coming from overseas and it's more than $800, they're not going to ship it.
Why? Because they have to pay the tariff on it or something?
No, not tariffs. No, it says DHL blamed the halt on new U.S. custom rules, which require formal entry processing on all shipments over
Froze.
The maximum had been, or the minimum had been 2,500 until the change was put forth on April 5th. DHL said business-to-business ships will not be suspended. So they're screwing over the normal Joe. The move is a temporary measure, the company said. Yeah. Well, their next step is to institute a surcharge on anything between $800 and $2,500. I bet that comes up for normal customers. I never did like DHL anyways. All right, let's get back here. Next piece of news here. Home sales skyrocket. Why? Because Captain Crazy is out and interest rates are coming down. No wonder why home sales are skyrocketing. All right, this one here. Okay, this came out on Monday. Death of Pope Francis draws reaction from California state Catholic leaders. Yeah, and it goes in about the Pope's death. That was the only news article I've seen, including reels, memes, and everything else on the Pope's passing. And of course, California put up the picture of when Miss Plastic Face and her crooked husband met with him. Bushcraft family, welcome. All right, let's see what else. So I'm not even going much more than that. Here's a cool one. This was sent also by Kaylin. And this is you're gonna love this one, Mark. Florida property owners pestered by spy drones could soon be allowed to fight back with force.
Sweet.
Yes.
So that reminds me, I get random text messages because now that I own a piece of property where I own it in PA, it's in the record books, and of course it must be public access because I get these calls and text messages all the time. Hey, are you interested in selling your 14.8 acres out and blah, blah, blah? And I reply right away. I'm like, absolutely. For $14.2 million, I'll include the mineral rights, which there are none. But just to make them go, what? There's mineral rights? What? I never get a response.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're the bill primarily focuses on further regulating the use of unmanned aircraft systems while broadening the scope of locations that are protected from drone flights within the state, such as airports and correctional facilities. Notably, the bill would permit homeowners to use reasonable force to stop a drone. In other words, hey, you can now shoot nets at them.
Yeah.
If it passes. Hey, well, I'm just shooting a net if they're just going to get tangled up in there. Or better yet, get out there with your fly fishing rod. Okay, let's see if I can hook one.
Yep.
Oh, I got it.
It's now Amazon delivery with prizes.
Yeah. And once it comes down,
it's yours on your property.
You can dispose of it by taking it apart, saving the rotors, the motors, everything else out of it, pulling the camera out of it, and then tossing the rest of pull the battery out, toss the rest of it in the trash. Oh, it all went out in the trash. I just took it out and tossed it in the trash.
Oh, I must have run over it with my tractor. Sorry about that.
No, it landed right in front of the kids' football game. They stomped it into the ground.
Huh.
All right. Let's see here. Next news one here. Trump administration takes new action on California student loan borrowers, the state that has the largest amount of student loans.
Wonder why.
Let's see what sort of crying in their handkerchief they're saying up there. About 5 million student loan borrowers are facing mandatory collections. No shit. They borrowed it. They need to pay it back. If you went to the bank and borrowed the money from the bank, you're going to have to pay it back.
But Joe Biden said, I'm going to give student loan forgiveness to all. Oh, wait, that was right. It was only for government employees.
Yeah. The Department of Education plans to begin collecting federal student loans that are in default next month. Approximately 5 million student loan borrowers are facing mandatory collections. About 3.5 million nationwide borrowers are in default of their loans already. Trump administration's Education Department announced Monday, marking the end of a period of leniency that began during the fake-demic Red Dragon. Federal student loan debt in California totals $148.6 billion in California.
Oops.
Approximately $38,168 per student, according to the data from the U.S. Department of Education. 49.7% are under the age of 35. 14.3% owe less than $5,000. So that 38,000 was an average. 20% owe between 20 and 40,000. 3.19% owe more than $200,000 in student loans.
Yep.
And people wonder why the cost of education keeps rising, because student loans are out there so free and frivolous, they can jack it up and make all the students get student loans to attend college.
That's why all these colleges were like expanding their campuses and adding more buildings, because so many kids wanted to come here. No, they got the loans cheap. You know, they got student loans easily.
Yeah.
And then they get the crap education so they could be an underwater basket weaver, or you pick whatever you want. And then the only job available when you graduate for 7,000 students is the job that teaches that class. And that person's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, it's like my stupid son-in-law was trying to get a some sort of chemical engineering degree and stuff, and he got lazy and didn't go to his out of normal hours labs and stuff, and all he could get was a general education 4-year degree.
Oh well.
Idiot. But
he paid for it all.
Yeah, actually, he did pay for it all. There was no student loans on it. Yeah, and now he's working at McDonald's again, making 15 something an hour.
This is your son-in-law?
Yeah.
All righty.
If he'd stayed there when he graduated, because he was working there as a shift manager, he would have been store manager by now, and he would have been making 25 an hour. All right. Anyways, let's okay. Final quote here. American taxpayers will no longer be forced to serve as collateral for irresponsible student loan policies. Education Secretary Linda McMahon, whatever.
It's McMahon.
Yeah. All right, let's go back here. All right. This one's from the Epic Newsroom. They don't block me here for taking all the freebies here. Trump says it's not possible to give deportees every deportee a trial. They don't have to. The law says they don't have to. They get out. If they're here illegal, they can just be shipped out without any recourse. Now, once they try to do the Asylum Act and go through that stuff, then there's steps to go through. But just a regular trespassing illegal alien is not entitled to a trial. They are not a citizen. They do not have a right to a trial. And of course, all the left-wing, ultra-liberal judges. Oh, you're going to do it! Are you going to do it? Yeah, these judges are fooling around. They're going to find out really quick here, as the Department of Justice is actually issuing arrest warrants for some of these judges. Of course, the mainstream media is not saying anything about that. All right, this one was sent to me by Kaylin again. This is on AOL's news. This was not in the original headline. Headline inside the article: teen arrested for arson in Jones Road fire that could grow to be the largest fire in New Jersey in 20 years.
That's great. I saw that pop up, and
a
friend of mine used to live right there in that one town it started in. He moved to South Carolina. My mother-in-law used to live right up near there too. Yeah. And yeah, I know a lot of people that live there, and it's all the Pine Barrens, and that's what's burning.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You can tell this was written by a left-wing bleeding heart snowflake. When they usually put teen arrested for something, it's usually someone who's a minor, right?
Oh, yeah.
19-year-old Joseph King.
Well, technically he's a teenager still.
Almost 20-year-old adult Joseph King was charged with aggravated arson and arson in connection with the fire. Investigators accused him of starting a bonfire with wooden pallets and leaving the area without fully extinguishing the flames. Stupidity. Yeah, idiot. Yeah, early Thursday morning, the fire was 50% contained, according to the New Jersey Forest Fire Service. Yeah. It could go to be the largest fire in New Jersey in 20 years, said the head of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. A wildfire in 2007 burned 26 square miles. As many as 5,000 people were forced to evacuate their neighborhoods, and that's families, not actually people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fort Dix is right there, too.
Yeah. All righty. Let's get rid of that one. I'm down to the last one, I believe. Yes, the last one. All right. California and their stupid mandatory. Hey, Tibor's in the house. California and their stupid, idiotic, mandatory minimum wage requirement for fast food restaurants to give them all a working wage just got several thousand people fired. Let me get in here so I can read it. Major California burger chain plans closure of up to 200 locations
in California.
So Jack in the Box, just in California. Jack in the Box plans to close as many 200 of its locations. So part of the plan to approve they said approve. It's to improve the company's financial outlook. The guy can't even write. It's not approve. It's improve the company's financial outlook. All right. For this year, they plan to close at least between 80 and 120 locations, and then we'll close additional restaurants next year, shuttering a total of 200 locations, as their company described as underperforming because it costs too friggin' much to operate them.
Yep.
San Diego-based Jack in the Box has some 2,200 restaurants in 22 states, including 942 locations in California.
They're done.
Taco Bell, Jack in the Box also owns Del Taco. And Del Taco, which could be involved in selling the brand off. Jack in the Box stores, Jack in the Box sales were down 4.4% and down 3.6% at Del Taco. Posted an adjusted second quarter earnings, physical, not calendar, physical, between 66 and 68 million. That's second quarter earnings, which goes from, it was just January, February, March. So they're down into the millions instead of the billions in profitability.
That's because they have to pay so much for these employees to stand around at $25 an hour and look at their cell phones.
Yeah. And thank you, the great nuisance, nephew of Miss Plastic Face. Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. Huh.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this. That was the last news one. I saw this great reel, and I was on the other computer, so I didn't get a chance to save it to this computer here. And it goes through and it lists all the marriage relationships between the Pelosi's, the Clintons, all these other ones interconnected. It's like friggin' like it's like a West Virginia family
reunion. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my cousin, who's actually my uncle, and this here's my niece with my sister.
There's another list that shows all these politicians all over the country that are married or sister or brother to people in the private sector and high power, like Facebook.
Oh yeah, same thing. You're talking about, so and so is married to such and such son who runs, the Facebook. Biggest pharmaceutical company. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let me get out of that, and we're done with that. And let me get rid of that one. Okay. Let me bring up some fun. Let's get something to laugh at here. Did I show the cat house last week?
What with the army turrets?
No. Oh, I'll start off with that one here. Let's get that one big. I'm going to blow up big enough. Kaylin, this one's for you.
Yes, I've seen that.
You look at the right one. There's the kitty looking out the opening. And there's another cat trying to climb up the other side down there. All right. Yes, I've been following a lot of the news channels talking about, you can tell who's left wing, who's not. Oh, Trump has driven the stock market down so many points. Let's go back into 2022, and Crazy Joe made it drop this much, and it came back up, and it dropped 150% of what it's dropped here under Trump, and up, and okay.
Yeah.
It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. And so it took a nosedive when Captain Crazy got elected. Even before he was in office, it took a nosedive.
Yeah, if you take a broad look at the Dow Jones, there's literally a pattern to when it tanks off by like 40%.
Yeah,
it does it all the time, and it always will. It's just the way it does. Everything resets and resettles itself back to where it needs to be, and then it reclimbs again. It does it over and over again.
Yeah, and Venerable Owl's in here. Okay, next one here. All right, this one I thought is they screwed up. They screwed up and opened their playbook. So the WHO warned Trump that funding cuts may delay the release of a new pandemic. They're planning on it. And there's other ones on it, so they're planning on it. Yeah. So, they admitted it. They admitted it on record.
Oh, Fauci came out and said it 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. This I thought was kind of neat. This was put out between the Empowerment Alliance and the Heartland Institute. Affordable and reliable, clean score. Oh, by the way, as far as the WHO goes, I am not neither advocating or, doing. I'm just saying what they said on the news. All right, just repeating what they said on the news. All righty. Whether it's true or not, that's what they said. That's not what I'm saying. That's what they said. All right, let's get back to this other one here. So energy source. Let's start at the top. Solar energy source, the cleanest around. Affordability, rates of 10. Reliability, rates of 8 because it doesn't work during that night. And the longer nights of winter,
cloudy days.
Yeah. Not only just cloudy days, but it's less sun because the days are shorter. Clean. Manufacturing is not clean, and recycling is definitely not clean. And so they rated 23. Wind affordability is 7. Reliability also an 8 because wind doesn't blow all the time. And there's also most of these are talking about propeller wind turbines, not the helicoil ones. They didn't include that in their study. Clean, it rates a 7 because those wind turbine blades are not recyclable. So it rated 22. Biomass affordability is 4. I don't know where they're buying their stuff at. So I know places that give it away for free. Reliability 2. Yes, it's a good burning, thing. Clean. There's
Not
contention on that. And so it got a 12. Coal affordability is 2. Reliability is 1. Hey, there's no, lower the number, the better it is. So, coal energy plants, coal-fired power plants, very, very. It puts off a lot of soot and stuff. Plus, the digging it out and all that stuff, and the getting it is clean. However, the after stuff is actually, the clean afterwards is very good because the fly ash residue from coal plants is used in making cement. Very good. It's also used in in cleaning soil that is contaminated with hydrocarbons. Very good at that. Then it rates an 8. Hydropower, I disagree with one of them here. Affordability 2, reliability 3. Not really. If you have one that's done good, I know the hydroelectric plants that they yanked out in California were all pristine working, but they were impacting the fish, so they yanked them out. And it's clean. Clean, I would say it should be a 1 because the generators on that, or everything on hydroelectric is recyclable, and there is no fumes or anything else from that. So it should be a 1, and nuclear should be a 2, in my opinion, because hey, you got to do something with the stuff afterwards. So that's wrong there. That should be a 2 or a 3.
We'll just bury it out in a salt lake somewhere for a couple 100 million years. It'll be fine.
No, it's southern Utah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. So nuclear affordability is a 4. Reliability until it melts down or there's an earthquake is a 1. Clean is not a 1. It should be a 3 because of the radioactive waste from it. Natural gas affordability 1 is the cheapest out there. Reliability, it's not as reliable as they put it out there, but I'd give it a 1.5. Clean, it's just like it's clean. It's cleaner than hydroelectric is cleaner than it because hydroelectric does not put off any emissions at all. Sorry, folks. So yeah. Anyway, so the top 3 are the natural gas, hydropower, and nuclear. But yeah, I kind of like that one. I know that ticked off a lot of people. There were a lot of comments. Solar's way cleaner than natural gas. Yeah.
Except for where they make the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, recycling. It's not clean recycling. All right. There's some fine print on here most of you can't see. First of all, the source of this is U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Monthly inflation under Biden, 5%. February 2021 to January 2025. Average monthly inflation under Trump, 1.9. February 2017 to January 2021. February 2025 to the end of March.
Yeah, what they say, see, that's the words that they use that nobody pays attention to. Monthly inflation. So a dollar is now $1.05, and another 5% next month is now $1.950, and then another 5%. Yeah. It keeps going, or it keeps going down, whatever. Your price keeps going up 5% every month. You're like, oh, inflation is down. It ain't down. It's still up, and it's still climbing. It's just not at the same rate. Yeah. But the news likes to make it sound like, oh, inflation is up. It's like it's always up. I mean, if there's any inflation, it's up, and it's compounded.
Yeah, the only way we're going to stop inflation is to go into a recession. Sorry, folks. It's, and I have, up and down, up and down. Yeah, it's time for us to go into a recession. Of course, they'll say, "Oh, it's his fault." No, it's Biden's fault. We're just it's the bounce back from Biden's insane inflation.
Yeah. Well, everything Biden said up until the day he left was it's Trump's fault. This is all Trump's fault. It's all leftovers. He couldn't fix it, so it's all leftovers.
Yeah, wait a minute. All these things that you signed into law are causing this. Oh no! Yeah.
It's still Trump's fault. I don't care. It's Trump's fault. Just shut up and just repeat after me. It's Trump's fault.
Yeah. Ferocious, the good dams and stuff. Like I know all the ones that were on the Stanislaus River, all 3 forks, had gates at the bottom. They'd open those gates, and all the silt would just, whatever silt was coming out down the river with it.
Yeah, it looked like a giant. It looked like you know what it looked like.
Yeah, it looks like a giant tube of toothpaste. On some of them, they open up and go.
And it comes out really slow and painfully, and then all of a sudden,
it shoots out like
explosion.
it It shoots out like someone who just chugged a bottle of X-Lax.
Yeah. Or somebody just a Jack in a box.
Yeah. Anyways, thing is, all that silt that comes out when they flush them, there's a lot of biomass down in there. That is some very good soil you want to be able to get into your garden. You have all the fish poo down in there, all the dead, decaying fish and other animals. Yeah, it's absolutely good fertilizer soil for your garden. But yeah, because the dams they had in California there, they were mini dams. I mean, they were 10 feet, 15 feet tall, and that was it. And they had big old ponds, man-made ponds behind them where they dammed it filled up. The fishing was 300% better when those dams were there. When they took it out, you couldn't hardly catch any fish. Oh, wait a minute. That's because the fish population dropped insanely. Because the fish trying to go up, they would go up the fish ladders at the dams, and they'd rest and swim through the ponds to be able to make it all the way back to the things. And more fish made it back. There were more fish spawning, more fish born the next year. And fishing was great. And we were catching big fish, big German browns, big rainbows. Since they yanked those out, you're lucky if you get a little 4-incher. Yeah. Thank you, Governor Moonbeam. Oh, I found out something interesting. I saw it. I just haven't looked it up to verify it though. There was a past president that had one term, came back and served 2 terms after someone else served in between already.
Who was that?
That's what I was trying to. I never did look it up. Let me get rid of that. Drop that down. And
that's why Obama's talking about coming back again, or they say he is.
Which I'm not sure if they were just whether they were blowing smoke or not.
But hell, they already got the Trump story has Trump 2028 hats coming out.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, the Google isn't bringing up the one that that did it. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to go to Wikipedia. Maybe it has it. So, time in office. Okay, so one partial. Okay.
Was it Roosevelt?
No, Cleveland. It says Cleveland served 2 full terms. I think that they were giving him extra credit on it, so it might have been that because he received 2 terms non-consecutive. So it's like Trump did. He did 2 terms non-consecutive. So, but that was I don't see. I'm looking. They got this out of order here.
It says Roosevelt was in there for 4,422 days, but that was then they changed the law on that. I think that's when they changed the ruling or whatever.
Yeah, because they're going. It's don't change you don't change the horse in the middle of the stream, and it's like sometimes you need to.
And William Harrison served 31 days.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison. He got sick at his inauguration, and yeah, Garfield served 6 months and 15 days.
Who? Oh, yeah. Cleveland had 2 full terms, non-consecutive.
Taylor served 1 year, 4 months, 5 days.
Yeah, Truman did 1 partial term, 3 years, 9 months, and 8 days, followed by a full term. Well, okay, that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
They're just going by days. It just says 2 full terms. I think they're blowing smoke on you.
Yeah, I think they're blowing smoke on everybody. I think
because if you go by time, total time in office, yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking back through these. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is blowing smoke.
Yeah, but the term thing is kind of ambiguous in that it says consecutive.
There you go.
Yeah.
So technically, Obama could run again.
Yep. Hang on, let me look something up. I'm going for last and get a list of the FO former residents. Still alive. All right, there are 6 living former presidents. Come on. Obama, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton. Yeah, so Clinton could come back and do another 2. Carter. Yeah, there's a couple that, but hey, let's see. I'm just trying to figure out how, they're not giving anybody's ages here. Okay, he was 62 in 2009. So he is, he's getting up there. He's late 70s. Probably more coherent than the one we just got rid of. Oh, man. Hey, Tammy Harder's here.
Yeah, I don't think you can run 1 term and then take a break and then run 2 terms or even 3 terms, period, regardless of whether they're in a row or whatever. Pretty sure that's in the Constitution, but that was what, the 22nd Amendment or something.
That was what they added to keep. They were passing that one to keep
Truman
Roosevelt from doing a 5th term, but he died.
Right. Hell, his wife was running it anyway because he couldn't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. They said Nancy was running a lot of stuff on Reagan too.
Yep. I don't think Molina's running it though.
All right, Constitution, 22nd Amendment. Okay. No person shall be elected to the office of president more than twice. and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected shall be elected to the office more than once. This article should not apply to any person holding the office of president when this article is passed by Congress, i.e. FDR. Okay. And section 2 says this article shall be inoperative unless it shall be approved, unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution of 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of submission to the states by Congress. Of course, this does not say when it was passed, but yeah. Prepper 101, welcome. Learn to survive, welcome. Yeah.
I remember seeing a meme of Carter was the worst president ever, and there's Biden saying, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, exactly. There was a difference between some total stupidity and some just tripping over his feet.
Yeah.
Carter wasn't a real politician.
No.
And so he tripped over.
He was just a puppet like Biden was.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Biden was way puppet. Carter was just a country boy that got pushed into it, and he tripped over his feet a lot, and he was indecisive, and he was getting fed bad information. We all know what happened in Tehran, all the bad information he got there.
Mm.
Yeah, unlike Captain Crazy, who did not care about America, he cared about his wallet book and the wallet book of his friends and family. Oh man, yeah. Well, today
I hear Hunter's paintings are up on eBay now. Starting bid is 39 cents.
Yeah. Today, I took out a bunch of my big bins of seedlings outside and had them outside from about 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, getting them acclimated or hardened to the weather here. And I brought them in when it started raining. But the pumpkins and the squash are looking very happy out there. Even the watermelons put on a spurt of growth being outside. So
gotta love real sunlight.
Yeah. They have, I got, I have all the grow lights in there. I added some more of the shop lights in there. Man, them shop lights are a lot brighter, and the stuff under the shop lights grew a lot better than it did under the grow lights.
Really?
Yes. Because basically there was equivalent of 6. I put 3 of the shop lights. It's got 2 bars in them, so it's equivalent of 6 compared to 3. Biden sounds like a phone plan, friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to look up? Something I was going to look up here. Well, for those of you that get the Harbor Freight emails, you should have gotten one for 30% off coupons for Harbor Freight. Yeah.
That should be on my app then too, because I got the app.
Yeah, it should. It just came out, just popped up here while I was looking at it. Oh, that's what I was going to look at. Weather. Okay, so The high today was 62. Not sure if we had it or not. The low tonight is 35. Tomorrow's high is 69, with a low of 45 tomorrow night. So yeah, it's gonna be 10 degrees warmer tomorrow night than what is tonight. It's got 40% chance of rain tomorrow night through till midnight, and then it's just mostly cloudy after midnight. Saturday is 70 degrees. Woo, woo, woo. So I may be planting stuff on Saturday. Low is 44 Saturday night, 64 on Sunday with 20% to 60% chance of rain, and a low of 42. Yeah. The lowest it gets over the week, it's 40. Next Monday gets down. This coming Monday gets down to 40. It's the projected low. It jumps right back up again. And next Thursday we're at 71. So it looks like it's going to be a good time for the plants, which means next Thursday is May 1st. I mean, next Thursday. Yeah, next Thursday is May 1st.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Now that 20% coupon is on selected items.
Well, mine said 30% coupon, and we go back to that. Oops. Trash.
Maybe because I didn't sign up for the email alerts.
Okay, here's what it is. Oh, everyone gets 30% off all items 10% and under. So if you want to get the little blue lights I have, 30% off. Inside Track members, it's 30% off all items $20 and under.
Ah, gotcha.
And then the big coupon ads are now through Sunday, and that's looks like 6 pages of ads for that. And they got all sorts of cool coupon ones, super coupons popping up here in the ad. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, well, get what you can from Harbor Freight now if it's good stuff and you really need it, because those prices are probably going to go through the roof here shortly.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, because there's so much markup on it, they can afford to knock their profit margin back a little bit.
All right, so the folding sawhorse.
That's not a sawhorse. That's for like windshields and stuff.
Well, I put 2 of them. I put full sheets of plywood stacked up on it, but it's 200 pounds, so you can put several sheets on 2 of these together.
Right.
But yeah, these are $20 now. They were 25. Yeah. So that's the email I got. Sharpening stone. Yeah, I would not use the dark gray side, not unless you're starting with a plain block of steel.
Yeah, a lawnmower blade that decided to try to cut the curb for an hour.
Ooh. 11-inch long reach needle nose pliers, and I bet these are square ones.
I got a complete set of Matco ones that I don't even want to remember what I paid for them back in the day. Way too much, but I got them. I don't need any more.
All right, they got their brass 1/4-inch brass fittings on sale. All right, that's Harbor Freight's ad for tonight. Talking about the bottles and stuff here. Green bottles and the amber bottles. Back when I was a teenager, my brother and we used to go around and collect all the Budweiser bottles and all the Coors bottles we could find. We probably had about 500 different bottles over a 10-year period that we'd collected up. Just people leaving it out in the roundabout and picking them up, walking up and down the street. Because those bottles were tough. You toss them out of the car or drop them out of the car, they just kind of bounce down the road.
No nickel deposit on them, but
Hey, once there became a deposit on it, they all were included. My brother cashed them all in when I
Even
was
if it
out of
didn't have
state.
even if it didn't have that nickel written on the label.
Yep. Because they just wanted bottles. And what's funny is those older, they would do the bottles. You brought in a bunch of them. They just put them all in there and do it by weight.
Right.
Put those older, heavier bottles in there. You got more money.
Oh yeah. That's a trick people try to do with aluminum cans. They fill it up with wheel weights and other stuff and try to take it in, but they got wise to that because now they just count the cans. They know what an average can weighs, and they can see that shit coming.
Yeah, they the one place was doing that, and they if you brought in a bunch, they would weigh it and give you less for it. If you brought in like a basket, right, 10, 20, 30, count them out real quick, you got more money for it, and they didn't like that because you were actually getting more money from them.
Yep.
But another company came over and bought them out and put in a conveyor belt. You just dump it on the conveyor belt. As it ran down the conveyor belt, it automatically counted cans.
Yeah.
So
that's my local
that
recycling. My local junkyard does that. The metal scrapyard. They just dump these bags on a conveyor, and you can just watch the numbers just count. Dumps it in a huge hopper, and it turns this 80 cubic or 800 cubic foot hopper into like a 4x4x4 brick of aluminum. Yeah. And then pushes it into the back of a freight car and it disappears.
Yeah. Here. So how's everybody else's garden doing? Anybody out there in the side chat got their garden going? All right, Mark, take it away.
I got about 350 bean plants in my gardens here at my house. All different ones. Last year was a tomato year. This year is a bean year.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I got to get out there with the with my pump sprayer and the 45% vinegar.
Yeah,
and get out there and spraying all the weeds in the growing in the garden area because I don't want to use the the toxic stuff. And besides that, the vinegar takes the right now my pH level is like an 8.75 to a 9.4, and it kind of brings it back towards normal.
Yeah, for a short time until it washes through, and then yeah.
What's funny is I can spray stuff straight on the ground, and it looks like I'm spraying it on baking soda.
Oh yeah, no, it looks like you're spraying on acid. Same thing here. I spray it on the clay and all that. It sizzles.
Yeah. But so I got to do that. Got to do that on the big area in the raised planter beds. I'm taking out my little Saker handheld lawn trimmer,
right?
And I can cut all the weeds down that are growing up in there down close, toss them into a compost pile, and then take the little 3-prong digger and dig up all the roots and stuff, and toss them out onto the wood chips to dry out and die and break down. Yeah, I got when they were cutting down the trees last year, I moved a bunch of went to the back area where I had stored a bunch of my half 55-gallon barrels full of rabbit poo and straw and stuff, and I moved it up close, and it's like, dang, I got 6 more of these. Now I can dump into my raised planter beds.
I'm wondering how good. I have about a 2-acre area on the lowest part of my property that's always swampy and mucky. I'm wondering how good that mud would be if I dry it out and use that in my gardens out there, because it's all organic, just muck.
Yeah. You may want to put some more wood chips in with it too, because even though it's muck, there's probably still a lot of soil and clay and whatever in it, so it'll harden up. All right. That's fast acting gypsum. All right. So your dandelions are doing well. It means your soil is low in calcium. and you go to either don't go to Walmart. The price is ridiculous here. Go to Lowe's or
Home ripoff. Yeah.
yeah. So the Lowe's fast acting gypsum is $16, and I think that's a 20-pound bag. This is going to say on it. I can't read it there. Let's go to Lowe's Garden Center and see what that is, because it's a big bag. 25-pound bag. Yeah. It's a 25-pound bag there. Yeah. Of that. You can get either to get the fast acting gypsum or the garden lime. Both are the same thing. Ouch.
Oof.
Oops. Yeah, I got 2 bags of the fast acting gypsum out here that I need to spread into my garden tomorrow as well. I also got 2 bags of the Molmax, that organic mole and gopher chasing obnoxious smelling stuff. I got to put it out there and wash into the soil. I'll chase the moles away from my my fruit trees and stuff, and the pine trees out front and everything. Oh, come on, bring it up. There it goes. 2 to 3 gallons of dandelion wine.
Nice.
Let me go and drop that down. Yeah. All righty. So, Tommy. Oh, Mark. Yeah. Shadow Scout Swede said you sent him the topic for this Saturday.
Yeah, the topic is more. So the idea behind it is: are you really paying attention to what's around you, mental inventory wise? So in case the crap hits the fan, you know where things are. And
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more than just situational awareness. It is a neighborhood inventory.
Yeah, neighborhood and work area, wherever. I mean, I drive all over the place, and I'm always looking around and be like, oh, well, that could be useful after everybody's already raided the stores and left or moved out or died or whatever. And I could look at it. And I'll go over stuff like that on Saturday. I have a bunch of pictures I got to load up so I can share them. Just general pictures of an area as I'm driving. Well, I'm not gonna take pictures while I'm driving.
Hey, are you going to be there for the full thing?
I should be. I'll be out at the property. I'll make sure I'm at least on for most of it.
Yeah, because you can
I know I can stream it. He sent me the link. I know. Yeah. Thanks. Keep rubbing it in there, buddy.
All right. So coming up here is tomorrow on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to be talking about linseed oil pros and cons. Putting linseed oil on your cutting boards, your spoons and stuff, hoe handles, shovel handles, and all the other wood tools and stuff. Your the handles of your lathe woodworking tools and stuff like that as well. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of using linseed oil for that. Saturday at 2 Eastern, I'll be going live with Shadow Scout Swede, and I have mine listed as pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to what's going on, what's where, and so we'll be talking about stuff like that. Survival Saturday, after the medicines are gone, what are your plans? Is at 8 Eastern on Saturday. Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, best vegetables for canning. Should you be planting them now or waiting a little longer? So we're talking about those. Tactical Tuesday here on Gray Man Prepping. Skill training. Do it until you can't do it wrong. And then, of course, next Thursday is the Midnight Ride. So that's what basically what I have. Interesting thing is, when I just saw what his was, I had already put on mine for back out here in August. No, not August. Let's see here. August 19th on Tactics Tuesday. It's already in the schedule because I got about the next several weeks after that, next month and a half after that, already scheduled with neighborhood situational awareness.
Yeah, that's neighborhood. That's keeping track of what's going on. Mine's more of a physical inventory of stuff you can use.
Yeah. But it's like, all right, where are the dairy farms at? Where are there extra cows that may be available? Where are the horse stables at? Where is the gardening supply centers that for commercial, for landscapers and stuff?
Yeah, and also things like, I don't know, those traffic cameras on poles with a solar panel sitting on it.
Yeah.
And inside the box has all the things you need. You just don't need the camera.
Well, actually, you may want the camera and just change the frequency so it's showing you what's going on around you.
Yeah. If you have a computer, if you didn't lose all the power everywhere,
The other thing too that to be looking like for Saturday, talk about too, is going to be corporation yards, city corporation yard, county corporation yard, state corporation yards, where they have those nice little trailers loaded with batteries and solar panels.
Yep. And a big sign on it that says "Stay off my property, or I'll shoot you."
No.
I'll
stay off my property. I'm not responsible for what the neighborhood dogs are going to do to you.
Yeah. If you can read this sign, you're
neighborhood dogs.
If you can read this sign, you're no longer trespassing. You're a target.
Anyways, so that's what's coming up in the next week here, people. And so hopefully, interesting. Like I said, I mentioned at the beginning, at the beginning of this, there's hardly anybody was getting any ads at all. And then a couple popped up through it. So I can bring it up here.
I just got a Tractor Supply ad on the app again. I mean, I've been getting ads like every 10 minutes. I get ads.
Okay, where's analysis? There it is, analytics. So Saturday, this last Saturday. Let me go to the Saturday before that. The Saturday before that, because of with the doing shadows and mine, 6 hours of live stream had $12.71, but I think some of that was someone joining one of the levels as well. This past Saturday, 68 cents. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, it's in the depression zone here. Yeah. And so my watch time hours on Saturday was 66 watch hours. Sunday was 61. Monday was 57. And they gave me Saturday was 68. Sunday went up to 228. Monday went down to 17 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're depressed, and that $2.28 was somebody's membership came, was billed out that day. Otherwise, it would have been down there right around 10 cents or so. And they seem to do this the end of every month, the last 10 days or so of the month.
Yep. Well, they got to show that their revenue increased, not yours.
Oh yeah, they're skyrocketing because they took all of mine. They took all of a bunch of other people's too that they're doing that too. Small channels get ripped off during the last 10 days of the month.
You just have to work harder so we can get more money.
And what's funny is the views were down. People were watching some of the live streams and stuff, so the number of views was down, which was strange because all the shorts I put out, usually the views are up. So yeah, they're screwing with us.
Yep.
Which means I can't give away stuff as often.
All this complication stuff makes me go, Yeah, that's why I'm in no particular hurry to put anything on YouTube, because I'm not in it
Yeah.
for the money. I just like to put stuff up.
Well, see, I like to get, I like, if I get money from people watching it, I do giveaways.
Yeah.
You know, and my wife calculates, like, all right, you can do some, you know, you got, all right, you can give away several more gift cards or whatever.
Yeah.
Or package the seeds, or send out, you know, the little, I'd send out a bunch of gas stoves one time. Those little, you know, backpacking stoves. Interesting, Kaylin. Oh, I did do something interesting though. The last since Saturday, I think it was, I've started a new shorts playlist. It's called come on,
Can't even remember what you started.
No, it's all right. So the newest one is actually I started several of them again. So I got Garden Playlist 2, because I found out if you get more than 200 on there, they won't let someone watch all of them. Even if they stop it and go for several days, you know, watch several one day, several the next, they stop it at a certain point. Say no, you can't watch anymore. They won't let it autoplay on you.
Oh, that's because people can put it on autoplay and just let it play while they're at work all day.
Yeah,
And then go back and go hit the back button, hit the like. Yeah.
So someone's stopping it and not watching it while they're at work, and they come home and they watch 2 or 3 hours, and then they stop it. Yeah, they still stop. It's some of my friends have said no, it stops you at about a little over 200 hours. It just goes, no. I mean 200 views out of it. Anyways, there's the Your Prep for Day shorts and reels. It's Your Prep for Day shorts and reels number 2. And that's got 16 videos in it. So if you've missed the last 16 videos, you can just go to the playlist and look for the Your Prep for Today shorts and reels number 2, and it plays it from the most currently loaded one backwards. So anyway, so those are out there for those that haven't been getting the notifications of the shorts. Put up I got it, sir.
All right. We got to slow Kaylin down on typing so her words come out better.
Anyways, all right, we're going to wrap it up, folks. Just remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps. Water. Add more water. Food, medicine, clothing. Learn a new skill every month and plant more foods, especially plant more trees that grow food. Apples, oranges. Trees. Yeah, fruit trees, nut trees, whatever trees grow in your zone. All right? Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow night on Camp Patton Family Compound for linseed oil, pros and cons.
Have a good night. Hey, my wife gives me notification of my shorts all the time. She's like, put some pants on.
Yeah. All righty. See you guys later.
Have a good night.